Nalina, nearly 36 firefighters from several departments were called to, as you said, the same site where 7 months ago a massive fire burned for days. But today's firefighting approach was much different, simpler even, thanks to a well-executed plan that was implemented shortly after the blaze was extinguished last fall. When Niagara Falls Mayor Paul Deister first learned another fire had broken out at his city's Norampac plant, scenes of a blaze there in September swept through his mind.
Well, I mean, that was frightening. This is a huge economic development asset, not just for the city of Niagara Falls, but for the region. And obviously, anytime there's any danger to the facility out here, we get very nervous.
But Thursday's fire was very much unlike what happened at the same spot at the same plant nearly 7 months ago. That's because lessons learned then helped make the job for firefighters much easier.
It didn't spread as much because of the fire breaks they put in there. The crews they have in place for when something like this happened were there and were assisting us in the places we needed to be assisted. Where last time it wasn't like that. So it definitely helped within the size of this fire.
In September, fire ripped through the storage yard shared by Norampac and Greenpac, which recycle and manufacture corrugated cardboard. It burned for 5 days, cost the company millions of dollars, and the city tens of thousands in overtime. And although the cause to that fire remains a mystery, its lessons are lasting.
They have fire breaks, aisles between all the product, barriers, not having stuff right up next to structures. They also started their own fire brigade. They hired a fire safety person.
Moving these massive bales of paper and cardboard off-site to a location just like this is just one of the steps the company took to prevent a catastrophe like September. Thanks to those steps, crews used a surround and drown method on Thursday, approaching the fire with aerial and standard hoses and an excavator to spread and douse the debris. There were no injuries, and all buildings on the site were spared from the flames. Now, the cause of the fire remains under investigation, and meanwhile, another lesson that was learned last year had to do with the availability of water. Now, the mayor contacted the Water Authority today and actually had them add pumps to the system and closely monitor the water pressure. And there will likely be additional lessons that were learned from today's firefight as well. Reporting live in Niagara Falls, Dave Graber, News 4 at 10.
Dave, thanks. Still a very